Hi everyone, my name is OliviaLorusso and I am the project manager for the RMU charity softball game that benefits the Children's Institute of Pittsburgh. The softball game is to be held on October 7th at the Robert Morris University softball fields. The objectives of this project are to raise over $500 for the Children's Institute of Pittsburgh and to have the event run smoothly and efficiently while we're playing. So donations to the Institute go directly to families in need who cannot afford proper treatment for their children. Without donations, the Institute would not be able to provide free care to those families. Every little bit helps, including the donations we raise from the softball game. So our assumptions are that the Institute will accept all of the donations and put it towards helping children get healthier, as well as housing their families and providing them with any sense of normalcy that they can. Our deliverables, we ensure that all proceeds earned from the charity game will go directly to the Institute. We will even donate our own money for all costs associated. Our goal is to raise at least $500 in hopes that it will go to making life easier for children in need. Being that we are Division I athletes, our games draw a lot of attention and usually traffic on average upwards of 100 people per game. My teammates and I plan to do some extreme advertising of this game on campus, while also going out into the public and hanging signs in restaurants and heavily frequented areas. Our coach is also very resourceful and plans to send out emails regarding the game to all faculty and staff so that we can bring in as many people as possible to buy raffle tickets and to raise money. So our project scope, we plan to host the game that will raise money for the Institute and to bring light to the institution. Our fan outcome at games can range anywhere between 50 to 200 people. Bringing the exposure to the Institute can raise awareness about the organization that some may never have heard of, and it could increase their chances of donating to the Institute now and more in the future. We are going to arrange baskets to raffle off from sponsoring companies around the area, along with a 50-50 raffle and a home run derby. These forms of fundraising have proven to be very successful in the past, and we anticipate a large outcome. So the price associated with the event is only that to cover the cost of the shirts, which will all be donated by the Robert Morris softball team. We run the risk of getting rained out as you do at any outdoor event. In this case, we will postpone the event and plan to hold it at the Robert Morris basketball game. A few minor changes will have to be made to re-advertise the event, but success lies with those who refuse to give up. For our schedule, we plan to select a date for the game and start advertising the event by August 28th. By September 4th, our goal is to have the shirt sizes for both teams and then have them ordered by the 11th. Starting September 18th, we will be asking for donations from any companies, restaurants, and organizations around campus who are familiar with our team. We hope to have all baskets and gift cards gathered and organized during the week of September 25th in order to prepare and order enough tables to hold all the baskets. Once we have an idea of how many tables we'll need, we will contact maintenance by October 2nd and have them set up and ready for us by October 7th. Our expected benefits, so not only are there very minimal costs associated with having the charity softball game, but the fundraising outcome could be astronomical. Everyone loves being outdoors and everyone loves supporting a good cause for children, so a softball game is the best solution to do both. Past teammates have hosted events similar to this one and have raised over $1,000. With the proper planning skills and motivation to be successful, this event will raise funds to help many families feel comfortable and at peace with the great care they're receiving at the Children's Institute of Pittsburgh. The Children's Institute is committed to providing high-quality, effective medical and therapy services to children. They are independent, nonprofit, licensed organization dedicated to improving the quality of life for children, young people, and their families by providing a specialized continuum of services that enables them to reach their potential. They run off of donations, so our purpose would be to raise money that goes solely to helping kids get healthier. As described before, my teammate Ashley and I will raise funds for the Institute by hosting a charity softball game at our home field. We will go around to local restaurants, companies, hotels, and basically anyone interested in donating and ask for gift cards, baskets, monetary donations, anything of that sorts. We will hold a basket raffle and a gift card raffle, along with a 50-50 raffle and a home run derby after the games are over. The home run derby will be open to the public. To get people interested, Ashley and I will hang up flyers all over campus as well as hand them out to the donors we get donations from around the community. We will have a stand set up every Monday and Friday in the cafeteria asking people to sign up for the derby and to come support a good cause at our charity games by bidding on baskets and by buying raffle tickets. We will get t-shirts made for our team and for Cal U, the team that we're facing that day. We would like to get a representative from the Institute or even a child to come throw the first pitch at the beginning of the games. We will get in contact with someone from the Institute to set this up, along with planning a visit to the Institute as a team to present the money we raised. We will enlist our parents for help with running the baskets and the 50-50 raffles while we play, so our attention is not diverted from the game. Our main objective, like I mentioned before, is to raise donations of at least $500 for the Institute while having the event run smoothly. The success criteria and the major deliverables basically is that if we reach the $500, we will consider it a success, and our major deliverables are expected to be at least $500 donations raised. Our funding is basically the funded off of the donations we received from corporations and organizations around the campus. If we do not receive at least 5 basket donations and 3 gift cards, Ashley and I will allot $50 each of our own money to create more baskets and buy more gift cards to be raffled. So our acceptance criteria, by halftime of the games, we expect to have at least half of what we want to raise in total, so $250 by halftime. The criteria will be met if at the end of the games we raise at least $500. So our milestone schedule looks something like this. Our baseline project plan prepped, where we plan to have the project planned by the first week, as well as the charity organization chosen, the date picked for the event, and starting advertising the event around campus will start on week 2. We plan to contact the coach for the other team to get t-shirt sizes by week 3. We plan to order t-shirts by week 4. We want to reach out to potential donors during week 5. Then we will gather and organize gift card and basket donations, as well as purchasing all items necessary for the raffles by week 6. And then we plan to call maintenance and set up the tables for the raffles, as well as hosting the event by week 7. Our key assumptions for the event are that people will show up to our games and bid on the raffles. Our constraints include completing the event without disrupting the game and without losing focus on winning. The major risks associated include the possibility of us getting rained out, as well as low fan attendance and the other team canceling. This is the last game of our season, and if we would not be able to make it up, at any other softball game, so we would have to schedule it at a different venue. The approval requirements include our coach having to approve the event. We must also receive verification from a representative at the Children's Institute that it's okay for us to hold an event to sponsor them. So the project manager is myself, OliviaLorusso. I am assigned as the project manager of this event and must make sure all actions are taken to ensure its success. I am the point of contact and will oversee that every step is met on time and correctly. So some reporting requirements include Ashley and I reporting to our coach on the progress of the event preparation weekly. And Craig Coleman authorizes this event. He is the head athletic director and our head softball coach at Robert Morris University. In this figure, you'll find the work breakdown structure for the event. It is important to note that we had an ample amount of help preparing and running the event. Ashley and I were in charge of the main criteria, such as contacting the Institute, raising donations for the raffle, advertising, and organizing all the main items. But we did ask our team, coaches, and parents to assist us with the rest, such as ordering t-shirts. You can see that Coach Jex is in charge of that. Running the raffles, we had parent volunteers for a lot of those. And then staying after to help pitch and shag home run derby balls, and our entire softball team was associated with helping with that. So, as it is outlined, you can tell that there were many moving parts to this project and many hands involved that made it run very smoothly. Here you will find the responsibility assignment matrix. This is essentially who will be responsible for the work. As explained previously, many hands were used to make this project run smoothly. This tool was useful because it emphasized who was responsible for each work item, and it shows the individual roles in completing the overall project. So the letter P represents the primary person in charge for the activity, while the letter S indicates the secondary person in charge. Basically, if the primary person fails to meet the task requirements or needs assistance in completing the task. Contacting the Institute and setting up a representative to come and speak at our event was mainly Ashley's duty. Coach Jex, our assistant coach, was responsible for ordering the t shirts for both teams to play in and staying below our $500 cost limit. My primary responsibility was handling the donations and making sure that we had enough donors interested in supporting our event. We went to multiple locations citywide and asked for donations to raffle off at the game. Ashley and I split advertising equally. We hung signs and sat in the the campus cafeteria, which helped raise awareness of the game that we were hosting, along with trying to get people to sign up for the home run derby. I was in charge of organizing the event once the last few days rolled around, while the maintenance people helped set up the tables and miscellaneous items for the event, along with my teammates' help. So once the event was underway, Rachel was in charge of running the basket raffles, the 50-50 raffle, and the home run derby signups with the help of Bart, Carrie, and Patty. These were all volunteers. So after the game was over, my team was also in charge of pitching and shagging home run derby balls. Without the help of the many involved, this event wouldn't have been as successful as it was. This diagram is the network diagram for the project. A network diagram outlines the tasks that must be completed and in what order before other tasks are completed after them. It also has arrows to show the required dependent relationships. So as it is outlined, Ashley must contact the Institute and arrange an on-site visit before the game representative is established. After that, Coach Jex will order the t-shirts for the game so that the teams can wear them and participate. Ashley and I must visit the donor locations, pick up all the donations, advertise, organize the event, and have maintenance set up the tables before our volunteers can run the basket raffles and the home run derby signups. Once the game is completed, the team can run the pitching machine and shag balls for the home run derby. It is important to establish each activity's duration time. As a project manager, I need to make sure we fit all the activities in and complete them before the game date of October 7th. According to the Gantt chart, as of now, we are scheduled to finish all of the critical tasks by Wednesday, September 6th, which will allow us a month before the game starts to get cosmetic items set up, such as tables and baskets, as well as everything needed for the home run derby. This will also allow us to create a risk register and plan for possible rain delays or anything else that might affect the success of the project. Arranging an on-site visit is a critical task, as indicated with a red arrow to the right of the diagram. After that, arranging a game representative sets the tone for the rest of the project, allowing advertising and project completion to occur. A critical task is that which is the longest path in the overall network diagram, but one that must be completed in order for the project to be completed and successful. So long as we arrange an on-site visit with the Institute by Wednesday, October 23rd, and set up a game representative by the following day, the project can be completed accordingly. The resource usage sheet gives a snapshot of the total amount of work assigned to a work resource and the number of units assigned to a material resource. There is also one cost resource displayed at the bottom, which is the gas to drive to the Institute. Here we can see the total hours each activity will take in order to be completed on time. I use the resource leveling tool found in Microsoft Project to allocate my fixed resources according to their availability. As we know, resources are numbered, and I can only recruit the help of volunteers for a certain amount of hours per activity in order to establish and ensure the quality of the activity is met. As we can see from the resource overview report, Coach Jex has currently finished his task and has no more activities to complete. The following people still have hours of work to complete. Ashley has 8 hours. Ashley and Olivia have 72 hours combined for their tasks. Olivia has 16 hours individually. Maintenance has 8 hours. Rachel, Bart, Carrie, and Patty all have 8 hours left as well. And the team as a whole has 16 hours. Here we see the estimated activities costs. Fortunately for my team and the success of this project, there are hardly any costs associated, as shown in the figure. Each member of my softball team, along with Ashley, Coach Jex, and I, are donating our time at no cost to the project. The maintenance team is already scheduled to work on the field anyway that day, so they will be paid no additional wages associated with the project. The t-shirts for the game are allocated to $500 for both team shirts. Rachel, Bart, Carrie, and Patty are also volunteering their time and will be paid 0 wages. The only other costs for the project would include the gas to the site, which amounts to $20 after being calculated for the price per gallon and the distance. In total, our expenses for the project are $520, all of which have no effect on the amount we collect for the raffle items in the home run derby. RMU Softball will pay for all of the costs so that every dollar raised will go directly to the Children's Institute. This figure shows the work overview report. Here we see that there are 24 hours of actual work completed, or 13% work completed. This work is Coach Jex having already ordered the t-shirts and getting that process moving. The remaining work still needing completed is 168 hours, which was allotted over the span of the project. This includes every other member's resource input. Ashley and Olivia have the bulk of the work still remaining, with over 70 hours left. The chart on the bottom right indicates the availability for all work resources. Here we have the cash flow report, which displays the costs associated with the charity event. They include the baseline cost of $520, the actual cost from the t-shirts of $500, and the remaining costs for the on-site visit gas money of $20. The bottom chart displays the cost information for all top-level tasks. The risk register here explains the risks associated with the project. The main risks are outlined in this figure. In the case that there is rain on event day, which has a medium level possibility but a high impact on the project's success, we would reserve canopies to shelter the raffle baskets at no cost to the project. We would also detail a plan to relocate if the game were to get canceled due to rain. This plan would include hosting the event at the RMU women's basketball game the following weekend. We would re-advertise the event and go about running it as planned. An action item we will take to ensure our preparedness for this possibility is to forecast the weather 2 days in advance and make a decision from there. There's nothing we can do about the weather, so having a positive outlook and planning for rain will still allow us to host a successful event. Another risk associated includes low fan attendance. The impact of this is not enough money raised to reach our goal of $500. The likelihood of occurrence is medium, and the impact would be high on the success of the project. One action we can take is to advertise the event to get the word out to the community, the students, and everyone we know who would be interested in attending. In the case of low fan attendance and low funds raised, Ashley and I would gather more donations across the community and raffle them again at the women's ice hockey game during their charity event, which goes to the same institute as ours. This would come at no further cost to our project. One more risk associated with the success of this project is the other team canceling on us. This would mean that we have no team to play and no charity game could occur. The likelihood of this happening is low, but it would have a high impact on the success of the project. Before the event, Coach Jex will be in charge of talking to the head coach on the other team to ensure that they are still planning to attend. If for some reason they cancel, our backup plan will be to have another team lined up to play or call the local colleges around to see if they're interested in making a last-minute trip to play against us. In conclusion, based off of our projection, my team and I plan to have this event set up and completed by September 6th. This will give us ample amount of time to prepare for any possible delays or occurrences that might cause troubles with the success of the project. As a project manager, it is my goal to stay as far ahead of the schedule as possible, and if our projection is right, we will have a month variance time. As described in the cost charts above, our costs are very minimal and are all being donated by the Robert Morris softball team. None of the costs will affect the total outcome for the donations raised. Our goal still remains to raise over $500 for the Institute. Once we hit this goal, we will consider the project a major success in helping save the lives of the children and aiding their families during this terrible time. Thank you.